What are we talking about today?
I pokes and head jokes.
I don't know.
3, 2, 1. Welcome back to episode 197 of Eye Pokes and Head Chokes. It's your boy, Mr. Alex. The guy surprised on the other side is Mr. Cooler. We're here.
I'm sipping my soju.
Sipping on soju. Oh, fuck you. You should have told me to get some soju.
I told you this like 3 weeks.
Yeah, but I couldn't go get some soju because I had to take a cab home because of what I got today. The second thing of what I got today. So yeah.
Surprise, bitch.
Yeah, gotta make some money. Anyways, for the most part, we're here. We're here to talk about wrestling as per usual. We got a couple things to talk about: Survivor Series, the Zelina Vega news, some AEW news, and then after that, just some mentions that we have online. Should be a quicker episode than most, because
the best part of it, we might spend like 15-20 minutes talking about the whole Zelina Vega shit.
Yeah, exactly. So with that being said, let's start with WWE Survivor Series this weekend, November 22nd at 7 Eastern. So we have a 5-on-5 men's Survivor Series elimination match. I have no idea who's in it. I don't really care that much, to be honest with you. After that,
but yeah. Wait, come on. Raw is AJ Styles, Keith Lee, Sheamus, Braun Strowman, and Riddle. Yes, Riddle, just Riddle, not Matt Riddle, just Riddle. And on Team SmackDown, we have Kevin Owens, Jey Uso, King Corbin, Seth Rollins, and somebody to be determined when either
What's
tonight.
What's the point in this match, though? Nothing?
Superiority.
Who cares? So after that, we have the 5-on-5 Women's Survivor Series elimination match. Do you have the people for that?
Yes. Team Raw, Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler, who are the tag champions.
Yes.
Mandy Rose, Dana Brooke, and Lana. Lana's going to be on team with Nia Jax, who's been putting her through tables for 8 weeks. Okay.
Yeah.
And on Team SmackDown, we have Bianca Belair. Okay. She either needs to be the last person to be eliminated or the person to win. Bianca Belair, Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, and 2 members that's not mentioned yet.
Okay. After this, we have United States. Anyways, after this, we have United States champion Bobby Lashley versus Intercontinental Champion Sami Zayn in a match that doesn't matter. Champion versus champion, I guess, whatever.
Yep.
After that, we have the same thing going on. Raw Tag Team Champions, The New Day versus SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the Street Profits, in a match that doesn't really matter again. I still don't understand the reason for this pay-per-view anymore. Raw Women's Champion, Asuka versus SmackDown Women's Champion, Sasha Banks afterwards. I saw you, Sasha Banks, in the new Mandalorian episode. Pretty cool.
How you feel about
that? I haven't finished it. We'll see if she dies or not and something. I don't know. I would hope not, but I don't think I think it's just a one-off on one of the episodes, depending on what it is. Then after that, at the end, we have WWE Champion Randy Orton versus Universal Champion Roman Reigns.
Champion.
Survivor Series for me, I don't care about this. It sucks that we don't really care about this pay-per-view anymore. Honestly speaking,
because it's gotten old. It's gotten to the point where everything we already know what's going to happen. We already know who's going to face who, but that's not the interesting part. The things that's supposed to be interesting is the build and the little haymakers here and there.
But
we already know what we're going to get.
You know what I mean? Like, if there was something to build to, I would understand it. But like, this really has no.
There can be a build. There can always be a build because that's how we got. That's how we got badass Becky.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, true. But I don't see this happening with anybody here. 2, on top of that, honestly speaking, at this point, to be real with you, 100% real with you, I think Survivor Series could be a 2-part SmackDown and Raw thing throughout the week. It doesn't need to be its own pay-per-view anymore because I shit you not. I want to know what this pay-per-view ratings have in terms of how many people actually watch it, because it's getting more and more pointless overall because you're not really fighting for anything but, oh, my brand is better. Like, who gives a shit? You're still WWE at the end of the day. So I don't
that's
really see
exactly
the
how I look
point
at
in
it.
it
That's
anymore.
how I
And it's just it's point. I think Money in the Bank has overtaken Survivor Series in terms of the meaning overall. So like I feel like again, this
completely
should be
agree.
done throughout the
I
week
agree. So
because
this is
you have 5 hours to set this up throughout the week. If you were to just do that, you could get rid of this pay-per-view completely.
yeah, you could just but see, this is the bullshit because we don't have NXT here. That's like on Twitter. I haven't really been tweeting much, but I've been reading a lot of tweets, and they've been saying
Where's
why
NXT?
why aren't they part of it? Why weren't they part of
Exactly.
like NXT should be, and the stars of NXT should be mad that they were not
You
included
should be able to
in
draft.
the draft, and
Yeah.
they should be mad that they're not included in this, and that should be the reason why they to fuck some shit up. Like that should be the
That'd be
haymaker.
cool if it happens. Like at the
That
end of the
should be the
thing,
haymaker.
they come out and fuck up like everybody. That'd be cool. But didn't that happen already? Didn't NXT already do something similar to that?
I think that was last year or the year before when that was last year. Whenever Isaiah Swerve came up and everybody with Triple H came into SmackDown.
You're right, but what happened after that then? Nothing.
Not a damn thing. They went to war with the AEW and lost for the whole year. Except for 5 times.
Exactly. So
and it's looking like a repeat.
Mm-hmm. So it's just there's so many things you can do with Survivor Series, but you just don't, which is confusing. So I mean, for me, I'll be shocked if I even turn this on. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'll probably have it on in the background and playing my PS5 and or my gaming PC, like whichever, or doing whatever, like for the podcast that I need to do.
I'm
behind on stuff. Oh yeah, that's what I meant.
No, that's what you said. No, that's what I'm asking.
No. Yeah, I said PS4. That's exactly what I said. My PS4 Pro. Anyways, but yeah, I'm not looking forward to this pay-per-view. I can't lie about it. I don't think you are either. Most people are probably not like this. Again, it's a big 4 pay-per-view that doesn't really matter anymore.
Yeah, the only thing that matters, the only thing that would make a difference is if not unifying the titles, but if they still had winner takes all for this.
Yeah.
Winner takes all, and it don't need to be unification. Like, and I get it. Like,
no, you could defend either or. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. Like Becky 2 belts was a huge thing that happened.
Yeah.
You don't need like I get it. You don't want to overshadow that with everyone else having both titles, but at the same time, what is the reason for this pay-per-view this year? And I get it. This year is it's a very fucked up year, but at the same time,
make it mean something. Make one of your big 4s mean something. And if it doesn't, it's like
that's the only thing you can do this year is really like, how can you make this pay-per-view any different from any other time, especially with the situation we're going through. Everybody's in the same damn house, and I get it, WWE. It's a shit show, and everyone's catching everything. So I get what you're doing, where you're not keeping them together, but you are. So I get it, but it's not interesting. It's not interesting for a pay-per-view.
I think we can move on.
Because Retribution is not even on the fucking card.
Or maybe they do something. Maybe that happens.
But yes, them and NXT should do some shit.
Who knows? But yeah, that's Survivor Series. Honestly, I don't feel like talking about it much more.
We're done with that. That was too much.
It was too much. There are more pressing things. So like the whole Zelina Vega situation that happened this week. If you do not know, Zelina Vega was released by the WWE this past week. I think maybe 2 days ago.
No,
or
a day ago. It was like
yesterday.
Friday, Saturday.
Either way, she was
the talk of the town.
She was the talk of the town for the last for about the last 5 days or anywhere between the last 4 or 5 days, whenever it happened. So Zelina Vega got fired mainly because she was the first WWE performer to openly disobey the company's policy on supplemental income streams. I think, honestly speaking, this is a bullshit reason. I mean, I think everybody does, to be honest with you. Even other promotions across the industry is just like
bullshit. I don't think it's bullshit.
No. Let's start off real quick why it's bullshit. And I'm going to say real quick why it's bullshit. Because before,
I don't think it's bullshit on her end.
No, on WWE's end. That's what I mean. Like so WWE
renegotiate
wrestlers are WWE wrestlers are first and foremost independent contractors that are exclusive to WWE. Nowhere in there, I don't think there's any verbiage. I'm not entirely sure if there is, but from what I've seen and read, there isn't really any verbiage about them having issues with them streaming. Like they can't earn income outside on their own with their own brands. There's nothing to that. Apparently, and then they came out with this whole, hey, you can't be on a third party streaming site like Cameo or Twitch or OnlyFans or whatever, this and that, like, because we're WWE. If you're going to do this, you're gonna have to sign these papers saying we get the majority of the cut from Twitch, from Cameo, and from. Or I don't think they could have OnlyFans. But I'm just saying Twitch and Cameo, like they were gonna get like I think maybe like 80% of whatever, and then and they would take home like 20%. Yeah. So a bunch of the streamers like Cesaro, I'm pretty sure fucking Xavier Woods.
I don't think Xavier Woods because he was doing it way before.
But it doesn't matter though. I mean, at least on YouTube, he's been doing that for a while. I'm pretty sure.
But with the podcast, yes, because they're using the New Day name.
But what I'm saying is, overall, it's coming out of left field like that is out of nowhere. Of course, people are going to be pissed off. And of course, you know, we're Latinos, we're minorities. We get a little hot-headed. And not even hot-headedness. It's just more so, this is fucked up. I shouldn't have to do this because this isn't in my contract. If that's the case, cool, I get it. But if this is a new policy that you're forcing on them after they already established their brands outside of the WWE, this is something you, one, can renegotiate. Two, if they don't feel like renegotiating, you shouldn't fire them or release them because of a policy you just made up less than a month or two ago.
Because you start realizing what's happening.
Because you feel some type of way. Yeah.
And she was making way more money.
She was making money
than she was with WWE.
So apparently the problem was when she launched her OnlyFans account, that's when she's not like, and this is the thing, she wasn't doing anything pornographic. She was just doing cosplay, lingerie pictures, and this and that. $30 a month. It was nothing crazy. It was just another form of income. She's a beautiful, beautiful woman. Why, you know?
The middleman.
Exactly. So she's making her own money, and it's like WWE got pissed about it. So once she opened her OnlyFans account, like they were just like, yeah, nah, you're done. I get it on the WWE side, but it's still shiesty as fuck and unfortunate that it happened to her. You know what
this reminds me of? This reminds me of when I think it was during the Double or Nothing when Undertaker was supposed to be on the StarCast. It's the same exact thing.
Yeah.
Old dude, you were just as pimped as the rest of them.
Yep.
He's just as pimped as the rest of them. So
yep.
So it's there. It's always going to be there. But at the same time, I don't want to say Vince because everyone is just if you just I know it is Vince. I'm sure it is Vince. He is end all be all of whatever word goes out there. But it's also people in his ear too. Even if he doesn't make even though he does make that last choice. But at the same time, it's just like. It's just ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
Let these people make their living, and I get it. I completely get it. If this is a name that you have copywritten or that you created their character, you created how much of a highlight that these people are getting from being seen on television, and they weren't being seen on television. And granted, Zelina Vega has been she's been everywhere. This is not her first wrestling gig.
Exactly.
She's been on the Indies. She's been in Impact. She's known. And we're not really that aware of it, but she's known out there. Yeah. But at the same time, it's like, okay, cool. Let me go. I love the fact that she put her balls on the table and said, okay, what did she say? I support unionization.
So yeah.
And she tweeted and she made her OnlyFans, and then that's when they said, okay, fuck it, she's gone. I love that she
did the unionization thing after she got fired.
But it was announced 10 minutes after.
Yeah. So I think Paige she already did that. She already knew she was getting fired before.
But she's been saying that for months.
She has been saying that for months. Because honestly speaking, it goes back to that. Like the thing is, at the end of the day, the reason these wrestlers are looking for ways to supplement their income is because of the fact that they do not have benefits. Yeah. They do not have the same 401k stuff. They do not have fucking healthcare like everybody
Nope.
else does. Like if you were to work for a
They
big
don't have
company,
dental for
they
their
don't
kids.
have
They don't have
shit. They don't have
nothing.
vision. They have nothing. They don't have life insurance policies that come like paid medical leave. None of that shit. That comes all out of pocket. So I understand the reason for supplemental income, and for WWE to try to stop that for like people that have established brands on Twitch, on fucking YouTube or Cameo or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I understand the reasoning for that. Like if that's the case, supply all this shit, because otherwise they wouldn't have to do all of this to make this money just in case they get hurt, or in case somebody gets sick, or in case somebody gets COVID or whatever. Like this shit costs money.
This is where everybody fucks up at. Everyone wants to start a new wrestling company. Yes, AEW too. Everyone wants to start a new wrestling company, but they don't want to start a union. This is where they fuck up at, because if you did this in your own, this is your yard. If you did this, you wouldn't have as many problems as what's about to happen, because SAG-AFTRA is about to get at everybody.
Yeah.
SAG, because that's what you're on television. No, like everyone didn't want to respect wrestling as what it was before, or what it is right now. But guess what? It's about to happen. Andrew Yang, he's also getting into it, and he's in the whole Senate shit. So it's about to get turned really.
A lot of shit might change real quick. Like you might have to start, instead of like being independent contractors exclusive to WWE, you're gonna have to start fucking employing these people full time, because guess what? They're full time performers. You can leave them on salary, and that's fine. But not everybody's making the millions that John Cena or the Undertaker or Roman Reigns or whatever. Like not everybody's on that level. So the problem is, like, if that's the case, if you don't want these people to have their own things, like, they have to be employees. You have to put it in the verbiage when they sign a contract to be your employee. Hey, you can't have all this stuff. You can't just go mid-season and just be like, hey, you can't do this anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like, what are you talking about? I built this brand a long time. You can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
Well, like go fuck yourself. Which I completely, agree with. Zelina is pretty much saying, yeah, no, fuck you. I'm still going to do me. And I get it. So I think she's going to be fine in the long term.
Like she has like she doesn't need, I don't want to say ever, but she doesn't need to wrestle for the next year and a half until we end up going to live shows again. She doesn't need to wrestle for this time, because she hasn't been wrestling. All she has to do is keep doing her shit. And when we're able to at least go to live shows again, she's a cosplayer. You've seen it in all of her WWE wrestling gear.
Yeah.
That's all she has to do is go to Comic-Con.
Dude, if she just goes to Comic-Con, takes pictures with $100 a pop with each person, you know how much she's walking out with? Fucking ridiculous amounts of money.
And everybody's going to hug up on her.
Remember her fucking Mortal Kombat costume?
Oh my God. Yeah.
So yeah, that's what it is. So like, like, and again, this is another time where I say, fuck WWE. She made the right decision. Yes, it sucks to be fired. I get it. It does suck.
It's not that bad.
In the long term, you're gonna make way more money now, because because the thing is, you have the sympathy vote and you have the empathy vote, and like everybody's like, yeah, fuck WWE. And then on top of that, like during the 90-day non-compete, I'm pretty sure other people are gonna come knocking, like, hey, AEW might be like, oh, where are you just gonna fire her for this? Yo,
and then she's gonna be a trendsetter, because
or this and that. Yeah.
Yeah, she could go back to Impact. AEW is going to call her, because everyone knows how great she is on the motherfucking mic. Like, I don't know why they cut that. Like, I don't know why they cut that group short when they did. Well, I think that had to do with speaking out and Austin and whatever. But, like, you could have put her in position to do something else.
Yeah.
That fast. Absolutely. Put her with her husband. Put her with anybody else.
Yeah. And the other thing is, like, what's gonna happen now with her husband, this and that, like with Aleister Black, because like he also has his own Twitch channel and this and that too. So like, it's like, I don't know what WWE is doing.
They try to make WWE so isolated from the wrestling world,
just from the world in general, not even the wrestling world.
Yeah, from the whole,
just the world in general.
Yeah, like, and I get it.
You're doing it to yourselves, like
you really are, and that's why That's why everyone perpetuates this whole war against AEW versus WWE's NXT. Like, it's a war because AEW, they kind of need to be open to the world and out there and speak to everyone.
Just to set themselves apart.
Yes, and they like it, and it's easy. And sometimes they don't have to, but it's encouraged. It's not forbidden.
Yeah.
It's encouraged, and WWE is forbidden, and you can only do but so much. You could do it at a little bit at a time. Don't sell the secrets, and you can't you can't make money over here, there without my consent. That sounds
It's
like a
bullshit.
parent. That doesn't sound like an
It
employee.
sounds
That
more like
sounds like a
slavery,
parent.
actually,
It
than
sounds like
anything.
slavery.
Like a
Yeah,
form of slavery, at least.
yeah.
Some
You
form
can
of
do some
slavery.
stuff
Like, I'm
with
sorry. Like,
arts,
yeah.
but at the same time, like that's why Adam Cole is always on the New Days podcast, and well, not the New Days podcast, but on Up Up Down Down. That's why
Yeah.
everyone's always
That's why
on there.
Cesaro is always on there.
Regular.
That's why Zelina was always on there. That's why like a bunch of people, bunch of
Yes,
people were always on there. So, yeah, man.
I like what's gonna happen with everyone falling in line with what Zelina is possibly gonna spark.
Because I'll be
Like
real with you.
I
If
like
I
the
were everybody else too, like people that have the show, I'd be like, all right, I'm gonna keep
person
doing
said
my shit
no.
too. I'm gonna keep doing my shit too. Fire me, lose your
Yeah.
stars. Fine. Good luck.
Because
Good
it's
luck,
not like you
sirs.
give me benefits. The only if I get on if something happens where somebody gets strung out, all they're gonna do is call them and say, "Hey, do you need some help?" And maybe they might not, and maybe you have to call them. But shit, that's the only kind of help that matters when it comes to being a part of WWE.
Yep.
If you're on real bad times and you need rehab, they got you.
Yeah. Nothing
and
else.
and nothing else.
Nothing
And
else.
that's really fucking sucky.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that anyone can depend on them with. Rehab.
Mm-hmm.
It's great, but
yeah,
it's
it
super
sucks.
shit.
It's great, but it sucks at the same time that you have to get to that point to be able to get help.
Yeah. Like what
Either
else
way.
can you help? You should be able to
Yeah.
help me with anything else. I don't understand how even with AEW right now.
If you break your leg, that's your problem.
Yeah, like I broke it on your time. I broke it on your time. Like you
It's
can't
like,
take
excuse me?
and then I can't have time off, and then the time off that I do have,
And I don't get paid for that time off, like medical leave. Like,
yeah,
no, fuck out of here.
make me do
So, I
interviews
get it.
at least. Make me do home
Yeah.
interviews, something like you have 9 podcasts. Say, hey Austin, hey Kurt, put me on a WWE episode. Put me on a 24
But they don't do that.
24/7.
So and that's why WWE keeps shooting themselves in the foot with shit like this.
Yeah.
It's a problem already. So
I'm waiting to see
it is
who's
what
the
it is.
first WWE person to say, I support this and I'm gonna make sure it happen. Or I want this to happen.
I think it needs to be the New Day, to be real with you. That's a cash cow.
No, it's not the New Day anymore. But it is the New Day. But yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get
Either
it.
way.
I completely get it.
Either way, like because the union talk is a whole different thing. I'd rather not get too into it. But like overall, they kind of need to be in a union at this point. Have a wrestlers union at least.
Yes, but I don't understand why there's not a wrestlers union. Like everyone's complaining about the same
if there's an NFL players union, if there's a fucking MLS players union, NBA players union, like there needs to be NHL players union. There needs to be
everything starts.
Yeah, especially this fucking year. Like
like nothing. Like shit. And AEW had what 20% of their roster when in March. I don't know how like 20% of WWE's roster is still 300 people.
Yeah.
but still, like out of those other people that can't get there or just can't work, you not sitting there calling each other and saying, "Hey, I wish this was happening," or like everybody can talk to each other, but nobody can talk to nobody else that can make things happen. Like y'all that scared.
And they shouldn't be, because if they all do it together, you're gonna fire everybody at the same time. Good luck.
Imagine if out of everybody that was just fired from March or April, imagine if they all joined a union.
They all start. Yeah, exactly.
That's hell to pay, because now that union is spread out in Impact, New Japan, and if it's just wrestling union in overall, not just the States, but that means it's everywhere. Impact, AEW as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then you picking up people from the fucking indies, because guess what?
They could join the union too. It's that simple.
Man. You know what it is? I think everyone thinks of themselves as too small at certain moments.
No, but when you band together, that's it. Like, just make it happen. Somebody needs to make this shit
you
happen
know
at
what
this
it,
point.
you know what it is, of course, but you know what it is. It's like a lot of people think, oh, but I'm no Cena, but I'm no Austin.
Who gives a fuck? You still have your rights.
Exactly. You still have a toy.
You're in a fucking union, aren't you? Technically.
Technically, yes.
Yeah. All right then. Exactly.
Yeah.
There you go. So.
Well, no, but I mean to like start one.
Oh no, yeah. What I'm saying is like either way, like if they can't start one, hey, we'll see if they can join the one you mentioned. So yeah.
I just don't understand how they're not even doing TV. Once you do TV, you get into that too. So like, and that's probably why we don't see much of many wrestlers going into TV because of in WWE. Like we have their studio, but we don't have like Edge in the union. I don't know if Edge is in a union or not, but anyone with under a WWE studio television, or even like Cody being under the DC show, I don't get it.
Either way, it is.
Let's talk about fun shit.
She said she'll be good in the long run anyway. Because you mentioned AEW, we're segueing to AEW, this fucking thing I need to replace. This week, last week, we finally got a preview into what AEW Games was about. So they apparently have 3 games coming out. One of them is 2 of them are mobile. 2 of them are mobile. So we have like a casino game coming out mobile. I think it's coming out in December or some shit like that.
I didn't see a date for any of them, and I didn't care about any of those dates because the game that I want doesn't even have a fucking name yet.
Okay, and the second one, the second mobile game was a card game. Not a card game. Elite manager mode. So pretty much like manager.
I need a masher game. That's what I need.
I know. When it comes to it's a pretty much elite manager. That's what it's called, or some shit like that, where you manage your the shows every night, try to get more ratings and blah blah. Like, and that's cool. It's GM mode technically. So from I like GM mode. GM mode's cool.
I do too, but I want to fight.
No, I know. I get it. And then and they started off with showing us the actual game. That I love the fact that it was a quick teaser trailer. It looked pretty cool. Looked decent. It's being developed by Ukes, the same people that have been doing WWE games for fucking forever. So good on you, AEW, for saying, hey, come over, guys. And
Gates.
Then on top of that, they got the director of No Mercy on top of that. So and the fact that they even mentioned that as like the fucking standard, which it is the fucking standard. Let's be
Everyone
real.
knows it's the standard.
The fact that he mentioned it, I was like, as a gamer, he has to mention that because
they know better.
So that it's really cool that they did that, and I like the fact that we're getting. That's what they're trying to base it off of, like not base it off of, but like in terms of trying to get that feeling back of how the wrestling game felt, and how great it was.
The aesthetics of, sure it's going to be the aesthetic of what we can do while not wrestling. The gameplay and the realness of the look, like the backstage areas.
Like for me, it doesn't need to be that crazy, honestly, in terms of like visuals, because the visuals look fine, and of course everything's subject to change. It's still in alpha mode, probably even pre-alpha at this point. But for the most part, I think
I'm not going to lie.
I think as long as you're not gonna get that for a while, for at least 6 to 7 months. But
I'm just.
But what they have already built is pretty. It looks pretty decent in terms of graphics and whatever. I just hope they have a GM/story mode just like before, with branching storylines that they had in the thing. No Mercy was ahead of its time. Let's not front that they weren't ahead of their time.
The pyramid was annoying.
No, it was. But at the end of the day, like, you still played it because real shit happened. If you got hurt in one match, you had to get to the next match and defend your title. Even though you got hurt, like it was just built in such a way where you're just like, why aren't we getting games like this again?
When you lose, it's still go. The storyline still goes.
Yeah, it's still going. So like, it's just fucking awesome. So like, if we get something similar to that, oh my god, it'll be great. And I hope that's what they're trying to go for, to recapture that magic that we had with No Mercy. And that would be dope. So and I would love to see some NWA people included in the game as well, because they have NW and AAA stars as well,
and OWE
and OWE exactly. And hopefully in the future, if this comes out as a partnership, New Japan maybe, hopefully that'll be fucking dope. So
I want to see random fucking indies
Yeah, and you could have that as
know,
DLC, or they need at least a content creator to be able to do that too. I would do that as well. So create a wrestler.
I know we're not going to get bar wrestling because that's owned by one of the nasty men.
Yeah.
But still, like something like that where they have make it based off territories, how it is right now with the indies. Make it based off that. Like, you don't have to have stake in it, but
even if it's not like the actual names of the places, like make something similar to it, which would be kind of cool. Like you make a story mode coming from the indies into AEW and this and that. Like that'll be fucking dope. Like, and you have to perform and the storyline, like. There's a lot you can do. There's a lot you can do. Exactly. There's a lot you can do. So So but yeah, it looks pretty cool. It's exciting,
I'm excited.
I'm not holding my breath yet so much because I still need to see more. As a gamer, I need to see way more. But then just a teaser for a pre-alpha, it was about like 30 seconds.
Yeah, but it was only about what, like not even 5 characters. We got Jericho.
Yeah, it was Kenny Omega. Jericho, Shida. I forgot who else. I don't even remember.
I think that was it.
I think, so it was 3 characters. So, like, I think, again, I need to see more in the long term. I'm not holding my breath right now. But I'm sure, like, with Kenny Omega at the helm and, like, he's a gamer. Shit. He's a gamer. So is Aubrey Edwards. Like, it's pretty cool that we have that going on. So we'll just see what they come up with in the future. Hopefully it just gets better.
What did you like about like the presentation about all 4 of them?
It was annoying, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. It was kind of annoying. I think it was way longer than it should have been, to be real with you.
Yes, it was
20 minutes for kind of ridiculous. It could have been compacted to 10 minutes or
honestly,
15.
I think it was like a bad BTE bit.
Yeah, I think that's what it was, to be real with you. So,
but it was funny, but it was just like, okay.
Like, I like Britt Baker, but I was like, all right, enough, guys. Like, come on, let's.
Because everybody,
let's get to the
Britt
point,
Baker
please.
That shit. She was looking bad in her Steve Jobs.
I mean, she always looks bad anyway, so it doesn't matter.
She does.
But yeah, so moving on. Also, this week,
what is the name of that game? I think it might be Boundless. If the game is not going to be called Boundless, it's the show, and vice versa. I think it's either the show
of the game.
Yes.
I don't fucking know. I'm not holding my breath for that either. I just need to know. All I know is that they're having an AEW game that they're working on. That's all I know. I'm not gonna even.
I'm excited for let it just be July already.
We'll see. So moving up to this week, Jon Moxley and Kenny Omega are having a contract signing. They are having their world title fight December 2nd. There's speculation in which Jon Moxley might lose to Kenny Omega. Wait, hold on. There's 2 reasons. Either he might lose or retain. Either option is fine. I don't mind. But the reason why they're having it so early, which again is speculation, it gives them enough time to go from the States to Japan, quarantine, and then be ready for Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah.
Get ready over there.
Yes, because John has to be at Wrestle Kingdom.
He does, because he has to defend his U.S. championship, his IWGP United States Championship.
He needs to be on both nights.
That would be dope. Who knows? But what I'm saying is, like, that's why they're having the title fight so early.
Can you imagine it? Imagine the title being defended over there.
He should. That's what I'm saying. He should come out with the AEW championship. Like, what up, bitches? Number one wrestler in the world. And that would be fucking dope. And because in his contract, he could fucking go over there too if he wanted to. Yes.
And I believe every other Dynamite show is pretty much aired. I mean, live. So it's completely doable. Yeah. So it'll be cool. I hope something happens. Like, I hope at least whatever happens, I hope, honestly speaking, I want him to retain the title, to be real with you, and then go over to New Japan with said title, and just come out with both titles. Like, so you know, just so Jericho might be like, yo, take them both. Jericho, he wants the money. Like, let him do it.
We all know what money could be made. So, like, just start inching. And now that Harold Mage isn't there, like, you maybe might be able to start inching towards that because of the fact that, hey,
like, listen, Tony,
let's just make money. Let's just make money.
Just come with us.
Let's make some money. So that's what we got going on there. But yeah, in terms of like any mentions that we have before we sign off, because
are we signing off already?
Dude, I'm tired, and I said half an hour. It's already 35 minutes. Let's get it. Let's go.
I got you. So this past Saturday was Impact Wrestling's Turning Point, and there was, of course, a tag match with the North versus the Good Brothers, and the Good Brothers took those titles. Like,
congrats!
I'm happy to see it. I'm happy to see it happen.
Yeah. The North had this for a while too.
No, they just won them back. They won them
won them back. Oh, okay,
yeah, they won them at Bound for Glory in October from Motor City Machine Guns.
Gotcha.
But either way, all three good tag teams.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
Yeah, but not enough.
Congratulations to the Good Brothers, man. You deserve something after the bullshit you went through at WWE. Continue.
And they could have signed last year, and they could have signed with AEW last year. Instead, they wanted to re-sign and get fired. Yeah. Leon Ruff is now the North American champion. After I forgot who he beat. I didn't watch it. I'm not really interested. We're not really interested in WWE and the three brands.
Yeah.
3 brands. But yes, congratulations to Leon Ruff.
Congratulations.
We might take it away from WWE, but we're not going to take it away from Leon Ruff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So congratulations on your win.
Yeah, he's a cold dude in the ring.
Cool.
He's a cold dude.
Anything else?
The Hector Camacho story is going to be a Showtime Sports documentary that's coming out. Yes. I meant to say this last week, but we're here this week, and I'm excited to see it. I forgot what his ethnicity was, but he was definitely Hispanic. He was definitely, I think he's
no shit. His name is Hector Camacho.
Camacho. But yeah.
Why did I forget? It's Puerto Rican. Yeah, he's fucking Puerto Rican. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I wasn't sure. I didn't want to botch that one, but I'm excited to see what that story is going to be like, because we've been talking about how many documentaries and how many stories we're getting. This is something that we need to get. We need to get some more boxing stories.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of brown people, like
minorities.
Exactly. It is what it is. Yeah,
I want to see a Sugar Ray fucking Robinson one.
Yes.
Motherfucker was still the best of all time to me. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
You don't like Mayweather?
He's not better than Sugar Ray Robinson.
I know. I don't like him as a person. He doesn't sound like a good person to be around. That's really about it. Oh, the last thing. WWE is hiring Twitch managers.
Go fuck yourselves. Because this is the problem. Yeah, and that's where we stop. Because go fuck yourself. With that being said, that's the end of the podcast. I know. Thank you for watching the podcast. You can follow us on social media, on Twitter at Pokes and Chokes, myself at _Mr. Alex25 _ the guy on the other side making jokes at the end at
you _ KEWLA.
Facebook.com/Pokes and Chokes, on Instagram at Pokes Chokes Podcast. You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and Transistor FM. Also, check out our merch on Redbubble, Threadless, and Teespring. And
that's the name of it, Teespring. Yeah, I've been talking about these merch sites.
I gotta show you some shit afterwards. So, with that being said, thanks again for watching. We'll catch you guys next week.
I need a new shirt. I want a sweater like this.
It's not a shirt, but I'll show you. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you guys next week.
Cut it off.
Peace out.
Cut it off.